Yo, 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 what's good? What's good? What's good? How y'all doing? My passport bros. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? So got a special guest returning, man. You know, he's been in South Africa for a minute, currently in Tanzania. You know, he's been posting up in some of our Facebook groups, man, showing us what the real is. And we already have some brothers that's been in Tanzania, but I definitely want to get, his perspective. Let me see who in the chat real quick. What up, Alex? What's good? What's good? So with further ado, let me bring up Jew Travels. What's good,
Ole, what's happening?
man? What's happening, man? How you
What's
doing?
good? I'm good, man. I'm good.
Oh man. You
What's
look, man.
happening?
You look good, man. You not struggle streaming, man, with the low.
Oh, word. I almost was about to. What?
You got a new camera, or I mean your
No, I'm streaming. I'm streaming from my phone right now. So usually I was streaming from like the computer or whatever, but I'm
okay.
doing it from the phone right now, man.
Okay, it's Gucci, man. It's Gucci, man. So, man,
Word, word.
just how are you, man? How you feeling, man? How are you?
I'm I'm good, man. I'm tired. I tell you that, man. I've been going full speed ahead since I got here, man.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
what's up, man. That's what's up,
yes,
man.
sir.
So catch us up, man. So I know last time I talked to you, um, you was kind of doing a tour. You was like in Johannesburg, and then you checked out Durban, and then you checked out some other cities in South Africa. So what have you been doing since Durban to now?
Durban till now, man. So after Durban, I hit from Durban. I think I went back to Johannesburg, man, and then or I went to like Limpopo. I can't remember, man. I went to so many different spots before leaving South Africa, man. It was either between Durban, like, or Limpopo, like Port St. John, Eastern Cape. But I'm almost certain it was back to Johannesburg, man.
Okay.
Mm.
Cool. So I'm gonna put your channel up real quick because I so people could kind of know um your channel and your journey.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So yeah, so this is Brother Jew Travels channel. You almost have 4,000 subs, man. I see the good work putting in, man.
Inching,
I
inching
see.
along, man. Inching along.
Hey, man. Hey, you moving in a positive direction, man.
Facts,
So
facts.
so I want to catch people up to what's been going on. So I want to let me see which post caught my attention. Um, so yeah, so you had this video, why I'm leaving my first love, South Africa.
Yeah.
So you put a lot of us on notice, man, because your channel is South Africa heavy, man. So
Yeah. Yeah.
tell us about this right here.
All right. Like the reason why I left, or
Yeah. The reason why you left.
all right. So I mean, it was obviously, man. I was there for too long. I almost couldn't leave. I stayed there so long, man. But it wasn't like I just intentionally did it. You know, it was a bunch of stuff happening. I actually arrived in South Africa before COVID.
Mhm.
So I was there going like 2 years, man. I got there in like what 2020, 2021 or something. I can't remember when, or 2020 sometime. But I was there over 2 years, man. And then once everything cleared up, I had some issues. Once I got them taken care of with my passport. Once I got my passport situated, I was able to leave, and so I headed out after that. My channel was supposed to be like a travel channel, just traveling multiple places, but just at the time I was kind of stuck. So I mean, I had to, in fact, just keep it South Africa for a long time. So I took advantage of the situation and I just like road trip through South Africa.
Gotcha. So I see some pictures in Tanzania first, but I do have a question. You know what I mean? And if you don't if you don't want to answer right now, that's cool. But I mean, obviously you're following, you know what I mean, they've seen you with they've seen you, you know, with
I already know where you're going. I
yeah, I
already
mean,
know where you're headed.
I mean, is she gonna be in future videos or
Man, we just gonna have to stay tuned to find out.
okay.
We gonna have to stay tuned to find out, man, because like I said, I'm moving at 100 miles per hour, man. Like to get here and to be getting footage and like man, and just it's just a lot, you know what I mean?
Right. No, I get what you're saying. You know, I'm recently married. I'm a
Right.
traveler. You know, obviously, you know, what I mean, she, you know, I'm gonna have to include her more in my travels. You know, what I mean, so I am gonna include her more in my travels, but I am gonna do some solo traveling, but I'm gonna do some things more with her. So, I know
Facts.
people ask me that question as well, as far as, you know, are you gonna
Right.
continue traveling? But yeah, she's gonna come. She may be behind the scenes. She may help me with some things. She may be
Yeah.
she may be at the crib while I'm out doing whatever.
Mm.
So, you know what I mean, the party got to, the show must continue on.
Yeah, the show must go on, right?
So yeah. So
No, no lie, it is kind of a vibe when you traveling with a shorty, you know. So it is a definitely a vibe when you got somebody cool to travel with. Cause you know, as of right now, like I'm doing everything solo. So I link up with some expats here and there, but majority of the time, like man, if we ain't like if our antennas ain't connected, man, I'm moving, man. You know.
I feel you. So what before I ask you this question, because I did a stream yesterday, right? And
Yes, sir.
you know, I'm pretty transparent and open about, you know what I mean, my marriage and what I was doing before my
Mm-hmm.
marriage and things like that. So
Mm.
a lot of people didn't a lot of people were surprised that I openly talked about, you know, me, my interactions with women in the past, and even like showing other girls that I interacted with in the past.
Mm.
And some people was like, you know what I mean, you disrespecting your wife, but she knows that I'm a content creator,
Facts.
and she
Facts. Oh
knows
yeah,
that
definitely.
interacting with women is something that people want to see. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So so how did you approach that? And you know what I mean, do have people ever you know tried to call you out on it?
Man, I get comments like that all the time. But see, before me and Shorty even started dealing with each other, like I didn't rush into a relationship. Like remember for the longest time I was calling her my quote unquote crush. You know, I wasn't calling her my girl or
Right.
we were just dating. We weren't in a relationship, you know, we were like hanging out and stuff like that. But like after a while, I was like, shoot, man, she had a lot of characteristics that I was looking for. But before we went into any of that, I had told her I was like, I'm gonna be with, more than one woman. But see, as my fan base is South African based, it's mostly like, that Johannesburg, Cape Town region. Once you start going to places like those Eastern Cape rural areas, they're accustomed to that more than one wife thing, or they're accustomed to guys having
Mm.
a main wife and then like somebody on the side. But I told my girl, I wasn't really worried about everybody else. I told her off rip, like, hey man, this is the type of lifestyle I live, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't just that, And so I get it all the time, like, man, because they a lot of my subscribers was watching the channel because of her. You know what I'm saying? So when
Right.
they seen right, so when they seen me do certain stuff, they was like, "Hey man, just respect," or I would get comments like, "You ain't got no respect for her," and
Mm.
such and such. And then I was like, they from the outside looking in, you know, like it was that type of vibe. So I ain't really argue with him. I'm like, man, you know, I got the most respect for it because I told her what was going on. I ain't just out here like, you know, wilding out or anything like that. But you're right, man. Um, a lot of people want to see you interact with women, man, and it's just it makes for better content. Like, so I mean, it's the same like you just mentioned, hey, she understands that, you know, I'm going to have to interview women. I'm going to have to go out and, you know, do stuff with women because that's what people want to see, you know.
Exactly. Appreciate you being transparent about that.
Yeah.
I got a couple of. Is there any video real quick? Well, first I want to ask you, and you could tell me which video I could probably show. You know, show snippets of what. Why did you choose Tanzania?
Man, so I actually wanted to go to Namibia, Zambia, and those spots, man. But what it was so I was in my mind with the whole thing that was going on with my passport. But you know, without me going into too much detail, I got in trouble in South Africa. I was wilding, et cetera, et cetera. I got in trouble, you know, quote unquote. Like I see guys in one of the travel groups I'm in. I was a passport pookie or whatever. Got in some trouble, couldn't leave. So I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna just go through some of these, you know, more southern countries. But then I started looking around. I was like, man, South Africa is kind of expensive, man. You know, it's not, you know, it's not like some of the countries I've been to, like Philippines or Thailand, where I could just live off like $600 a month type of vibe.
Right.
So I looked into Kenya, and then so right as I was getting ready to go, it was like on a Thursday, and Kenya you had to do that e-visa prior to leaving. So it was like the e-visa was going to take 2 days, 2 business days, and it was a Thursday. So I couldn't do Kenya because I didn't have the e-visa, and then I started looking elsewhere, and I was like, man, Tanzania. I found some spots that was right in my price range that I felt comfortable with spending without having to live below my means. Did some research because you know, like my diet is mostly like vegetation, man. I don't really do like a lot of like, you know, red meat and stuff like that. So like I seen that they have an abundance of like, you know, that type of natural vibe, like the way I eat or whatever. So it's just like it just fit the best, even though it was like out of where I wanted to stay. It was just the best fit that I felt like.
Okay. I mean, I've been from guys in some of the groups, you know, they've been pumping Tanzania. I'm hearing good things about Uganda as well.
Right, right, right.
You think you might hit up Uganda?
Yeah, most definitely, man. I'm thinking, so I actually kind of want to extend here, man, because like I said, I've been going full speed ahead, like no sleep type of vibe, you know, trying to get the club scene, trying to get the tour scene, trying to do all these things. And I still feel like in the time that I allotted myself to be here, I'm not going to be able to get everything I want to see because I want to go to, you know, Arusha or however you pronounce it, the village, you know, Kilimanjaro and all that stuff is, and I want to hit Zanzibar. So there's so much stuff out here I want to see, and even with me just like pushing myself to like the limit, like I'm still not able to cover everything. So I think I may actually, you know, do a visa run and come back. But yeah, I mean, I think my next spot will be Kenya, and then I'll try, you know, Rwanda, Uganda, and I think it was one more place that I was trying. Then I'm gonna go back towards like South Africa and hit those countries that I wanted to hit. Cause I'm gonna like drive through there. Like I'm gonna just drive through the border without flying, so I can get that footage and stuff like that.
Wow, you brought your car with you?
No, I put my car in storage, man. I got a storage unit out in South Africa. I put it in storage, so whenever I get back to where I leave it, I think I left it in Johannesburg. Whenever I get back to Josie, I just pull it out of storage and I get it back on the road.
Okay. Now, why? I guess why are you on a short time frame? Does Tanzania have a limit on tourist visas?
Well, yeah. Well, no, they got the 90-day thing, but it's just like I had because like I said, Tanzania wasn't my next destination. It was just kind of a spur of the moment. I seen a lot of the guys like what's his name, man? Tony and Ja, or not, Ja wasn't here at the time. It was Tony and a few other guys in one of the WhatsApp groups was posting about it. So I was like, man, I gotta check it out. And they, you know, they say it's affordable. I hit Tony up. I was like, man, is it affordable? Et cetera, et cetera. And he was like, yeah, I mean, so yeah, that's essentially what it was.
Gotcha. So is it a video that I could play? That
As
you
far
recommend
as
for
what?
showing Tanzania?
Yeah, it should be. I mean, either any of the recent videos, like first thoughts on Tanzania, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not sure, man. Like the screen is really small right now.
Okay, I see. I was trying to see a nightlife when I see Tanzania's
Yeah,
night.
so it's either nightlife in Tanzania or I just posted like a concert video. It's like a little short clip, like 6 minutes, but like it'll pretty much show you, yeah, something about Dolly Wanga.
Certificados de carrera de Google ofrecen capacitación para.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Kind of remind me of South Africa, man. People like to party.
Yeah, man. Like it's definitely a spot to turn up out here, man. Most definitely. They like to party out here also, man. I'm talking about, I say from Wednesday to Sunday.
Man. Yeah, so yeah, definitely y'all make sure y'all you know, I mean, y'all check it out, man. Check out some of the videos, you know. So because I done got interested in hitting up these Eastern African countries. So what are some differences, pros and cons that you've noticed from Tanzania and South Africa?
Damn, bro. I wrote a list. I was going to drop a video next week. I wrote a list and I left my other phone over there, but I'm gonna try to go off memory. So off rip, man, you don't see as much like, granted, the economy isn't the best, but it's just like when you go to certain parts of South Africa, you could tell that's the poor part. It kind of seems as if Dar es Salaam, or I don't know what I say, El Salaam, Dar es Salaam, is kind of even throughout. And granted, I haven't been to everywhere, but since I've been here, I've been like I said, I've been out there. So you know, in South Africa, like you could be in what is it, Parklands, which is like middle class, and go to Sunset Beach, which is upper class, and then go to man, what's that big township, the really big one, Joe Slovo, and just see, like, man, it's crazy. Like, you know, you got all the whites and the Chinese in Sunset, you got the black people in Parklands, and then you go to what is it, Joe Slovo, and then you just see nothing but, you know, black people, like, and it's just like poverty. Like, you could tell, you know, this ain't the area. Here, it's not like that. Also, it's not as much, you don't see as much panhandling. I think since I've been here, I got asked for change twice, but you know, in certain parts of South Africa, man, you can't even walk what is it, down Long Street without, you know, a kid or a woman or somebody asking you for some change. You don't see, I have yet to see anybody sleeping on the street here.
Wow.
Yeah, bro, I have, since I've been here, man. Like I said, I've been out there. I haven't seen anybody sleeping on the street. The abundance of, like I said, man, you know, with the way I eat, the abundance of like actual, because you know, you can go to a store and it'll be like, this is organic or this is natural, but you know, in all actuality, it's not, you know. But you can find local foods, like you can ask for local chicken that's like, grown in the village, or local eggs, or fruit is actually coming from the trees here. Now in certain parts of South Africa, like Limpopo, where it's like more rural area, you find that also, but you're not going to find that in the bigger cities. But
Right.
here, yeah, man, it's an abundance of like fresh vegetation that hasn't been like chemicalized and all that stuff.
Oh, real quick, Ashley in Africa and Tanzania now, right?
Yeah, she actually hit me up, man. I actually ran into a lot of Americans out here. Yeah, actually hit me up probably like last week sometime, and said we should link up for tea and discuss some stuff or whatever. I ran into an old head in the mall yesterday. I linked up with two guys from out of the BMT chat or whatever. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of, like, the whole time I was in South Africa, I probably ran into Americans like probably like twice, man. And I was there for 2 years, maybe at the max, like at the max one hand, no more than five. But here, man, so far I done ran into like 4 or 5 Americans.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You talk to her, man. She ain't been fuck. She kind of distanced herself from me a little bit, man.
And why is it because of the content?
Maybe probably.
I think, it's the same for me, man. I feel like a lot of creators don't want it, because when I was in South Africa, I hit up Mansa Main, because he's really big over there. So I hit him up. He didn't get back to me. But this was at the time when I was posting like all women. Like, when I first started my channel, I felt like I was gonna go in that direction. Like, I mean, that's the type of content I watch. So I know that's what a lot of men like to see. So I had that type of vibe going at first, and then I hit him up. I also contacted Julian Albino. I hit up a few people that never got back to me. So I was like, and would definitely, if you put out, it is crazy because not everybody, I don't feel like, is trying to do that whole, like, I get it, everybody wants to come out here and prosper and maybe start up something, or give back, etc., but not everybody wants to make, like, it's like the same content over and over and over again, man. You know what I mean? Like I kind of just go out and post what I want to post, what I feel as if is like, whether it's interesting or not. Like, last night I got invited to a wedding, so I went out to the wedding, and it was actually a vibe for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna post that, try to mix it up. But it's like if you don't post like certain stuff, some people aren't gonna rock with you. So I definitely understand, man.
Yeah. I mean, not to talk about her, but she springboarded, man. I mean, I was the first person that collab with her. Then she was on your channel, and then I seen her on bigger platforms. And then she was on the African Diaspora channel, and O'Shea's channel. So she's been getting some traction. And
I
shout out to her.
I seen that also, man. I seen when I did my interview with her, she was like maybe at like around 3 something, and now she almost at 5. So I pay attention to that stuff too, man.
But yeah, I mean, beautiful women. I mean, she's hardworking, a great content creator. But her being beautiful helps too. She's very
beautiful. That helps. But I think it's a trifecta, man. She's nice looking, and she's talking about business. She's not really focusing on, what we tend to be focusing on, like the actual life, like living. Not as far as, I see you post a lot of content about how to buy property and et cetera, et cetera. Like, I do like walkthroughs and stuff, but most of my content is just like, day-to-day life, like, partying and that type of stuff. I don't really go into the detail on how to purchase this or how to start a business or that type of vibe. So I feel like she got the trifecta, man. She speaks to that older crowd that's trying to come here and develop something, and she's nice looking at. And she can hold a conversation, man. Majority of the time when I make videos, I don't even really be knowing what to talk about. So I just, like, if it weren't for the fact that I've seen that I get more traction when I speak in the videos, man, it would just be like me showing stuff with music playing in the background or something, man. Like, it's definitely, you gotta have some extra stuff with it, man.
No, I feel you, man. Somebody asked a question. I can answer it. They asked about malaria and
Uh,
prevention. I mean, I've been to Africa. You live there. Most doctors here, and they will just say that if you're not going to a place of like camping or something where in areas where it's prevalent, you really don't
yeah.
have to worry about that.
Nah, but see here in Tanzania, man, it is something to worry about because since I've been here, I've met like 3 people who caught it.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
Okay.
two are locals and one is actually an American expat here. I'm not gonna say which one, but because I don't have his permission to put that information out there. But yeah, man, one of the guys that I know caught malaria out here. So it definitely is like I see the mosquitoes and stuff. I'll swat them, but I don't like. I got air conditioning in my hotel, so like I don't never leave the windows open. But like, I mean, if you're outside,
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing really you can do about it. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like my immune system is pretty decent. I haven't caught COVID or no colds and no weird stuff like that. But hey, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? If I see it, I'm smacking it off rip, man. I'm not even gonna chance it, man.
Yeah. I had got some malaria pills before I went to Africa, but I didn't even take them
Yeah.
because I was like, I don't feel like
Yeah.
taking pills every day.
Yeah, but I mean that wouldn't even be an option for me, man, because I don't even believe in the over-counter medications and stuff like that, man. Ain't no with being in the military and seeing some stuff overseas, man. I wouldn't even, what I'm saying? I would rather risk just catching the damn malaria, man. As long as, while I'm out here having, doing whatever I'm doing, I'm protecting, my willie and that type of vibe. I feel like that's prevention, the most prevention I can do, besides keeping up on like what I eat and stuff like that.
Yeah, Alex, there is a shot for malaria, but it's for certain ages. It's for for young kids, but adults got to take adults got to take the pills for malaria. Just a FYI. So as far as how the women look, because guys have posted images from chicks they met on Tinder, and these chicks be looking just as fine as chicks in South Africa. So, and I'm just going off of Tinder, but what you see on the ground comparing South African women, what is some comparisons that you can say between South African women and Tanzania women?
Man, I'm gonna have to hit a few more countries because I still don't feel like, man, man, I was in South Africa for a long time, so like asking me that is gonna be unfair because I don't feel like no, Tanzania do got some nice little things out here. I see something nice damn near every day, man, especially out at the club and stuff like that. But as far as I don't know, because majority. All right, one thing I will say, you'll see a lot more. I feel like I see a lot more natural hairstyles. Excuse me, a lot more natural hairstyles out here, which
Okay.
I'm a big fan of. I ain't really a big fan of like the weave and stuff. I prefer a fro or something like that. But as far as body wise, you'll catch some. You'll catch some with some nice bodies, yeah. But like I feel like SA got the full package. They gonna have a nice face with the body to match. And then one thing that I noticed is the economy is so bad. It's a very high trick culture here. So it's more or less a chick that will be a normal chick that you could just meet out could possibly try to get some bread out you. You know what I'm saying? Like you could. I noticed like just here at my hotel, like there's a receptionist, and I see a lot of guys leave, quote unquote gifts and stuff with her, like if I was to walk up to the reception and ask one of the guys for change for like a large bill, they wouldn't have it. But for sure, she gonna have it. You feel me? Like so, she has a job that she's working, but at the same time, like that's not going to give her the lifestyle that she wants. So it's like, here it's not like South Africa. I feel like you could pretty much with the right amount of money have, whatever woman that you're interested in.
So, interesting. So, if a guy met a woman in Tanzania, he was like, "Man, I love her. I want to make her my girl. She ain't never. I know she ain't never been with a tourist or took money." Can he confidently say that?
Well, so I met a chick. I met a chick, and she's not that type of vibe, but bro, like, one thing I noticed, man, with this whole African thing is dark skinned women. Ever since growing up, I feel like dark skinned people never got the love that they deserve, right? As far as like when it came to women and men, like I would see like, some girls like, nah, he dark skinned or like dudes, like, man, I don't like dark skinned girls like that, bro. But see over here, the crazy thing is these Middle Eastern, these Chinese, and these white men, oh, they like some dark skinned women, bro. So like when you go to the club, there'll be like clubs that play hip hop. You won't see as many white and Middle Easterners in there. But man, you go to the club that's playing just like regular techno music. I'm talking about, man, they in there with the baddest of the dark skinned girls. Like the dark skinned girls are not even trying to deal with you because they know those, like, it's crazy. Like I've been to China and I know Chinese people are really, really racist, but yet these Chinese man with them they come over here and they get these black sisters. So it's like I kind of don't be wanting to intermingle, man. Like so I feel like like I said, the trick culture is so heavy here. It's like if she's been with a guy outside of her race, man, she's most likely gotten, whether he paid or not, a gift of money or, oh no, here, just go buy yourself something nice. When typically I don't feel like we do that. We don't have to because we connect with them on a, I wouldn't say spiritual because we're the same, even though we're not the same. You know what I mean? So it's like, if I wouldn't trust, I mean, I only been here, going on 2 weeks, man. And I personally wouldn't trust it, dog. Like, I would say, because even one of the chicks, I did an interview with a chick and she was like, she didn't want to answer the question. And then when we got off camera, she was like, I didn't want to say that guys shouldn't look for love here because the rest of the girls was going to come for me, but I don't think this is the place for it. And I feel this, just from what I see, like I said, if majority of the women know that if they mess with a guy that looks like this, he's going to provide a lifestyle that's better than just what an average guy's going to give, man, I don't feel like your woman would be safe, man. Like,
yeah. I could see that, man. It's interesting because like Tony, he went to South Africa. I think you was on that when I had Tony.
Yeah, I remember.
Tony stepped in Johannesburg for like 2 or 3 days and seen the first.
Yeah.
You seen the first woman talk slick. He just said, "I'm out." He didn't even give.
My dog wasn't even there for 30 minutes. He said, "Nope." he said. Nah, but I can understand because like when you go to Johannesburg, like I said, I didn't see that slay queen culture until you start going towards Johannesburg and Durban. Like for a long time, I didn't even know what it was. I had to go out there and witness it for myself. But see where you can find that in certain spots. Mm-hmm. Like if you don't want to deal with that type of vibe, don't go to Durban or Johannesburg. But I'm talking about, I mean, the whole Dar es Salaam, man. I mean, it's like I don't want to like, cause you got to be careful what you say on YouTube, man. Right, I don't want to, I don't want to say something. Next thing you know, I'm getting a letter in the mail like, hey man, you got about 30 days to get up out of here. You doing too much. But just to be completely honest and transparent, man, I just feel like if you got enough money, man, you don't need a girlfriend, and I wouldn't recommend get one. I'm not saying that you can't find one, man. It's just I mean, I don't know where you would go. Like you would run across one every now and again, man. But I don't know, bro. I don't even know how to answer the question. Man.
Because Tony thing was that obviously Tony his angle was pretty much like he not looking for no girlfriend or no wife, but
facts. So that's why right.
but
My
South
fault.
Africa, but South Africa was like to him like he just couldn't even get like a good vibe as far as just a woman wanting to chill and just being just feminine and quote unquote submissive. Uh,
Right.
so have you seen or noticed women there in Tanzania maybe a little bit more softer,
Yes.
gentler?
Facts. Facts. Yes,
Okay.
man. Because I feel like because it's a heavy and they gonna chew me out for this. They say it's 90 or they say it's majority. It's a lot of Muslims here. It's a very heavy Islamic culture, but it's more Christians than anything. But since I've been here, I feel as if it's the opposite. You know what I mean? Like so, and you know, they're old school Christians, so they believe that you know the woman should submit to her or submit to her man, and you know Islamic culture, you know you already know how that goes. They you know they not playing, they not about to you know they're not about to play with no women like that. So
Mhm.
I asked the woman today actually, man. I was like so how do you feel about submission? And I was doing an interview and she was like, I was trained and I see my mother do it because it's a lot of two-parent households here, man. Like you know, you still see the dad in the house and you see the mom how the mom treats the dad. And she was like, yeah, you know, I was raised up this way, you know, why. And they're actually taught to cook here. You could run across you know, a good amount of females in South Africa that don't know how to cook. Like
Wow.
the girl, you
True.
know, like my chick. Right. Yeah, she didn't know how to cook. I had to show her like how I like my food and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's definitely. But yeah, they are super submissive here, man. Like you won't see. You're not gonna see no chick cursing out no dude in no argument. You're not gonna see them talking back. Cause like over here, man, you could be punished for something like that. You know.
Is that because of the Muslim culture?
I feel like it is, but you know, even in the Bible, when you start looking at the Old Testaments and stuff like that, you know, it was you were supposed to, you know, respect your man. He's supposed to be the head and the leader of the household. So, but I feel personally that it's because of the Islamic culture, man, and
Mm.
I'm willing to argue that, even though I haven't been here that long, but just from what I see, man, like most definitely, it has a heavy influence. There's a lot of Middle Easterners here, man, and you already know. And you know what's another thing that I forgot to mention earlier? It's a lot easier to learn Swahili because everybody speaks it. You know, in South Africa, man, you go from one city to the next, they're speaking a whole nother language or a whole. I want to say, I always say dialect, even though I know that it's considered a language, but it's
Right.
like if you speak Twana or you speak Sutu, you can understand Kosa. Like you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's kind of like. But you know, here everybody speaks Swahili, so I'm picking up on stuff faster due to the fact that you know it's only one language.
Wow. Speaking on that, so how is the language barrier?
Mm. So I feel like when it comes down to the women, majority of the women gonna speak English because, like I said, man, they dealing with a lot of foreigners here, and that's you know English is a universal language. Um, as far as like language barrier, it's mostly with like the taxi drivers. You know, people with and I don't want to offend anybody. You know, some of these taxi drivers are college kids and stuff, but you know, people with a lower education. You know, because they learn English in the school systems here. So I haven't had a real issue with language since I've been here.
Wow. Okay. So you said the women, the typical woman that's out there, they kind of know some English.
Yes, majority of the women. Now, granted, I done ran down on some things in the club that didn't speak English, but when you when you start talking money and then you know everybody speak English at that point, you feel me?
Okay. You could use translator, Google Translate.
Yeah, yeah. You have to get. I think you have to get Google because a lot of translators don't have Swahili on it.
Hmm.
You feel me?
Oh,
So yeah, so I had to use Google a lot because like a lot of the ones I found didn't have it. They have like the major ones like you know Spanish, French, and stuff like that.
oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. So I noticed, and I'm asking questions that's important for guys that want to compare
Mm.
South Africa, Tanzania, whether they want to live or to visit. So so far, what I'm taking away, some of the positives. in Tanzania, you know, the women, they're more, you know, they're more feminine, more softer, gentle. They can cook, because I did notice the women I
Yes.
interacted in South Africa couldn't cook, or they really wasn't like, it wasn't a thing. So,
Wasn't trying to. Yeah.
and I was kind of surprised. I'm like, this is Africa, right?
Right. Hey, my man, let me hit you with something on the back end before I forget though. There's one thing, and I may catch hell for this. I still got a while to go here, bro.
Yeah.
And look, man, I know it's a big part of the diet, right? I don't know if you know anything about turmeric, but when you eat a lot of turmeric, it comes, you know, that's why when we was growing up, I remember people used to be like, man, why Indian people smell like that? It's because of the turmeric in the diet, right?
Right.
So there is a very, very, very strong musk, like, as you frequent everywhere. Anywhere you go, there's going to be a musk smell, man. And none of the women that I dealt with personally had this issue, but when it came down to like going to the mall and stuff like that, man, I went to that wedding last night, and it was, chicks walking around, and that's one thing that I didn't have an issue with in South Africa, like a woman. Oh, also, man, I'm just trying to be politically correct, man, but the mouth, I noticed a lot of bad teeth and a lot of bad breath. I don't know what that stems from. I kind of threw the alley-oop for the turmeric as far as the underarms and stuff like that. But as far as I don't know what's up with the whole mouth thing. And another big positive is safety, man. Like the police don't even carry guns here. So, there are certain areas they tell you to watch your phone. You can get your phone snatched. But like I went through Korea Market and all these places that were supposed to be high areas of phone snatching, and I was recording, and I didn't have any issues with that.
Wow. I mean, I know some cultures they don't use like deodorant or certain toothpaste because of religious reasons and things like
fasting and stuff. Yeah.
So I definitely understand that. That's interesting, man. It seems like it's a mixture of pros and cons depending on it. It seems like it just depends on the person, what you might like. Wow. Okay. So something else that you brought up about South Africa, about cost of living. Now, from me talking to women in South Africa, and let's say I asked them how much would you pay for a decent apartment? Usually it was around $500 to $700 a month, more or less. Now, and I know there's certain parts, but you classify South Africa as being expensive overall?
I do, man, and I can say that off the sheer fact that since I lived there for 2 years, I got to live in multiple different areas. I stayed in Hout Bay, I stayed in Sunset Beach, man. South African women, because they have, I don't want to say different standards, but they have a different quality of living than we have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to live nowhere. I had to buy a portable AC at most of my units, so that wasn't really an issue. But I don't want to live nowhere because South Africa has some parts that are dangerous. So shoot, in what is it? What's the place called? I keep forgetting the name. In Joe Slow, shoot, you can get a crib for 400 rand a month. You see what I'm saying? But you can also get stabbed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, as far as like cost of living, man. The last place that I was renting out, because like I said, I got a property there, but my peoples are using it. So when it comes to renting out a spot, man, I think the last place I was paying like around 1,000. It was a 2-bedroom. It had decent Wi-Fi, as we did our our lives and stuff. I wasn't, I was having issues with stuff like that. But so far, I would consider, if you want to live, a life like the life we live in the States, it can be a bit costly. I actually seen when you post the thing about Pretoria, and I was like, I was like, wow. Because even with the with the Airbnbs that I was staying in as I was traveling, it was like to find a decent one, man. I'm talking about some of the places I stayed in was, not that, not that great, and they were still 700 and above. But I had that incident in Pretoria with the whole racist white lady thing, and then I didn't even stay there long enough to explore, man. I got from around the way. So, but as far as here, the place I'm in right now, it's essentially a studio, and I'm paying like, it would have been around seven something, almost 800. But I stayed at another place for a couple of days, so yeah, it's around 800 for the month. I got fire internet. It's clean. I haven't seen no bugs besides the occasional mosquito ones. The ladies come and clean every day. Yeah, I mean it's comfortable. The TV got cable, the TV work, the AC pumps, like so. I mean it's and also food and stuff like that is super cheap. When you try to get quality vegetables and stuff, I was going to Woolworths. Even though they got like a bunch of farmers markets and stuff in South Africa, I would typically get all my stuff from Woolworths. You know what I mean? So yeah, I did consider South Africa a bit costly to some of the other foreign countries I lived in. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I mean, Cape Town is one of the more expensive cities in South Africa, too.
Facts.
So how was the weather?
Oh man, it's nice and hot, man. It's nice and hot. It was a little chilly today, but it also I think it's rainy season, so it's been raining. It's been raining a good bit.
Okay. So when you had put a on your community tab, you had did a poll before you told us where you was going. You did a poll like what country is Jew Travels gonna hit next, and
Mm.
I thought you was gonna hit Zimbabwe.
Man, I wanted to, man. I wanted to hit. Like I said, I want to drive through those places though, due to the fact that it's close to South Africa, and that's my home base right there. If all else fails, because like I mentioned before, I got my credit card stolen in what was it, Durban, and I still haven't got a replacement yet. So if all else fails, I lose. Because right now I'm using my shorty card, so any money she get, it go into that account, and I put like a little money in there every now and again. So I use that card to survive. And if I was to lose her joint, I could bust it back. I could at least have some money to make it back to SA, so I can regroup and stuff. So I want to drive through there so I can record the footage. Like, hey, this is me. This is how you cross through the borders of this country, and this is what you need to do. Because as you also know, I travel with my dog, you know what I mean? Which my dog will be out here in a couple of weeks, so it's I actually just got hit up by a travel page that specifically travels with animals. Like it's a Facebook page, and I'm like, hey, we found your content. We have a whole community of people who travel. I just got to Zimbabwe. I got 4 dogs. I was like, damn, 4 dogs. Hell, what you need? you just need one at this point, you know what I mean? But yeah, I definitely really wanted to hit Zim, but Zim is from what I've seen, Zim is expensive too, man. Like I wanted to really take like a big break, man, as far as like how much I'm spending to like just for like a comic like lodging, I guess.
Check out I did a Zimbabwe. I interviewed 2 Zimbabwe chicks 2 weeks ago.
Word.
So they kind of describe Zimbabwe as cheap.
Yeah, but see, but do they have like a another base to base? Like, are they basing it off of growing up in Zimbabwe? Are they basing it off of like which other countries they also lived in, or?
I mean, I don't know what they in respects to, but so here's the thing. I'm covering my channel was focused my no excuse channel was focused on Africa, Southern Africa. So I covered Namibia, Zimbabwe. After you, I'm gonna be on Botswana and South Africa. So I already crossed out Namibia off the list because Namibia has a high cost of living, and and it's just a small country and a small population. So, and I talked about that in the video I did on Namibia. Zimbabwe is what I want to do a lot of content for Zimbabwe. So I want to do, So I want to make Zimbabwe and South Africa you know what I mean, my lane as far as African content creators. And then if Botswana is interesting, I'll add that too. So you being in South Africa, which is border Zimbabwe, you know what I mean, I definitely see a possible, you know, I could see you, you know what I mean, I could see you tapping into that market too, because there's nothing on Zimbabwe for content creation.
Thanks.
And we got maybe a couple more minutes. So tell us just you know what I mean, your plans as far as African travel and the content that you want to produce in the future, and then just let us know, you know what I mean, you know, your overall impression of Zimbabwe versus South Africa.
All right.
I mean,
So
Tanzania versus South Africa.
yeah, I got you. So right now, Shorty, her grandmother, just got in contact with some people. It was crazy, like how this whole thing worked out. You was talking about the land thing, and her grandmother, I had told her, you know, to look at some land for me or whatnot, and it was crazy. She had just got back to me on that yesterday. But I also want to start building in one of these other countries. So I'm not really, the crazy thing is I'm not really business minded. Like I see a lot of these guys are, like a lot of y'all are, these YouTubers, man. I kind of just, you know, do what research I need to not get burned, you know, so when I do something. But as far as like settling, like South Africa is gonna be my home base due to the fact I got a child that, you know, I got my son over there. But as far as like, do I want to live there? Like after coming to Tanzania, and like granted, man, you know, South Africa, you know, that was my first love when it comes to Africa. But just seeing that some of these other African countries, just coming here to Tanzania for this little 2 weeks so far, and seeing like how, you know, how this atmosphere is, man. I don't know, man. You know, I want to continue to go around and see what I see, because um shoot, if I would have never went anywhere else, I would have just stayed, you know, stayed around South Africa. But as far as content, man, I think right now I'm focusing on trying to find out how to actually produce my content. I'm filming nonstop all day. I'm trying to figure out how to piece it together and make it watchable and digestible, and at the same time informational for what I can, you know, for what I can get out there. As far as like Africa, yeah, man. Like I said, I think after here I'm gonna do Kenya. I think Kenya's where I'm gonna do my visa run to, and then you know, from after that, I'm not sure. Like everything, Tanzania got it going on. Facts. After that, I'm honestly not sure, man. I just want to keep continuing to see what Africa has out here. Hopefully, if I can meet up with some, you know, some more people who have, you know, that business mindset. You know, like I watched Ashley's video earlier where she did an interview with Kanaga TV or something. And yeah, she was talking about the coffee thing, and I was like, man, shoot, I kind of had that idea also with amongst some other things, just like natural products. Because you know, when you in the States, you see this, it's like, oh, this is, you know, African black soap, but that chick come from Colorado or something like that. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to produce the stuff that I like using, you know, natural products, you know, natural, you know, stuff that's good, healing from the continent, you know, and get it there, you know, that type of vibe. So I'm trying to figure out how, you know, how this type of stuff work. I'm watching y'all's channels, trying to get information, you know, because like I, you know, besides the military, before that, man, I was I was, you know, I was in the streets, man. So I, you know, I don't really have that mindset. So I'm trying to, you feel me?
Okay. Man, appreciate you being known, bro. You
Facts.
definitely gave some good insight on Tanzania, man. And you know what I mean, brothers will replay it and get a different perspective, man. So please y'all follow Juke Travels, his channel. I'll put sorry, I'm twisting my words. I will put the channel link in the comments. Please follow the channel. And I am going to start the stream in 3 minutes on the No Excuse channel about Botswana. So I'm going to post that link as well. so you guys could check that out. But yeah, brother, appreciate your time, man, and definitely I'm gonna be following what you do, man. So we'll definitely connect again.
All right, man. You gotta let me get you back on here, man. And whenever sometime in the near future, man, when I ain't feeling like a damn zombie, I can get you on my joint so we can, chop up about what you got going on. You feel me?
Okay, yeah, let me know, man. I'm always ready.
All right, man.
All right, cool, man. Peace out.
Peace.